NNF After Dark is brought to you by Sandpiper Vacations. For all of your vacation planning needs, visit www.sandpipervacations.com. Tell them that the No New Friends podcast sent you.
Welcome to NNF After Dark. Chris is going to take you through the highlights of the previous episode and maybe even say some bad words, plus celebrity interviews and much, much more. And now, here he is, the scumbag reselling hoarder himself, Chris Yob.
Welcome to another installment of No New Friends After Dark. I'm alongside in virtual studio, the Sandpiper Vacations virtual studio, with Scott Maffei from Sunday's episode. You might have heard him a couple of days ago from the No New Friends podcast Sunday episode. This is not the Sunday episode. This is the episode where I take over. I'm the captain now. So I'm alongside with that guy. I'm also alongside with our emotional support gay, Nick from Sandpiper Vacations. Guys,
Hi.
how the hell are you doing?
You got your Mickey 50th hat up now.
Doing good. Yeah, I saw your Mickey 50th hat in the background.
I forgot I just got that.
Have you seen?
Nice.
Have you seen the cum covered hat?
The what? Oh, the
You know,
for the 100th, the
yes.
platinum.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, and the description is Minnie is dripping with excitement.
And I wish that was a joke, but it's not. Like that.
No,
is,
that's exactly what it said. It was like
Yeah.
someone got delivered a package to their front door that didn't belong to them.
I have to add this to my shopping cart now.
I thought that was from AdamandEve.com, and I figured out it was from Disney, Shop Disney. I was shocked. I have a closet full of those, actually. I break them out when the wife's out of town just to stare at them. Anyway, guys, speaking about when the wife's out of town, actually, that was not a great segue. I want to talk about something completely different than that. I bought a house last week, and there's a lot of stuff to do. Like I'm realizing there's just like you have to do things when you own a house. When you rent, everything is done for you. The lawn is mowed, the gutters are cleaned, the tree branches that fall on top of your shed on a Wednesday afternoon during a storm, the limbs are taken off the top of the shed. When you own a house, you kind of have to do all that shit by yourself, right?
Yeah.
So one of those main things is mowing your lawn. Doesn't seem like a hard task, right?
I don't. I hire
Well,
someone.
funny you should say that. I had a gentleman knock on my door the other day, and he said, "Hi, I'm the person who cut this, who took care of this guy's, the old owner's lawn." I'm thinking to myself, like, if you did that, you should be shot. Like, this place looks horrible. I cannot believe you introduced yourself as that. You should have said you're the new guy because the old guy did a horrible job. He goes, I mow the front, I clean up the backyard. I said, what did you clean in the backyard? Everything's been overgrown for the last 20 years, it looks like. You did not do anything in the backyard except for maybe cut the lawn. And what lawn are you talking about? It's 90% weeds. There's not any grass back here to cut. But anyway, I kept all that to myself. I said, well, how much do you charge? He said $55 a week. I said, first of all, I've seen enough YouTube videos to know that you don't have to cut your lawn every week, right? Every 10 days.
Oh, in Florida you do. Florida
you can go 10. You can go 10 days.
We do 2
10
weeks.
Days. Yeah, you can go 10 days.
We have to go every week here.
Well, we don't up here, Scott. All right, stop being racist. Okay, we live up north. So he's a 55. So I'm like doing this
because up north is just dreary and sadness.
I'm doing my tears just fertilize the lawn and it grows faster. I'm doing the math in my head. I'm like, that's like over $200 a month. Like that's almost a car payment. Like I'm like I could literally buy a car, a cheap car, for like I buy like a little $12,000
like a Matchbox car.
No, I could buy.
We're talking about a Mini Cooper here.
Listen, I could go to one of those scummy I could go to one of those scummy, car dealerships, get a
Used
$12,000 car, and
Oh
pay.
yeah, with like 200,000 miles on
and
it.
pay $220 a month to get this like 2,200.
The windows don't roll up. Oh wait.
Is your car for sale? But no, seriously, like that's a lot of money. Like, so $220 a month. I'm like, now, I have a law. I said to the guys, listen, I just got this house.
Clearly you're
don't know
poor.
if you heard, but I
No.
I was like, don't know if you heard, but I got plumbing issues. I said, I can't, I have a lawnmower. I'm going to try to do it myself. He was like, oh, what about $45 a week? I'm thinking to myself, like, you really think $10 a week is going to, like, it's still almost $200 a month, dude. Like, that's a lot of money. I could like buy.
I pay $110 a month.
See, like that.
Well, your grass is so weird in Florida, though. It's like
It is.
Yeah.
It's like hard grass. It's not
Yeah.
soft.
Yeah, you're probably getting robbed. No, 110. You have my curiosity, but at
Mhm.
220, come on,
No.
man. Like, come on. And to even like I said, to claim that you were the dude that left this backyard like this, like now I'm really not interested.
yeah, you
So-
might want to keep shopping around.
Even when I had a yard with like a big yard, still never paid over 110 a month.
Yeah,
It's like 100 a month.
And my yard is big, but it's not huge. It's not $220 a month. Expensive.
Yeah.
So
Is he gonna do the landscaping too, not just the mow?
he
He's gonna
said, I
do
said,
some topiaries with that.
you better. I want to have a big, dick in my front yard.
Wait,
of the
what?
bush that I have.
No.
Are we back on last week's topic again?
No, because I just want him to just show the whole neighborhood how he fucked me by charging me $220 a week or a month. So anyway, I said no. I felt a little bad, but at the same time, like, listen, I gotta stand my ground now. I gotta say no to these people. And you know what? I was gonna pivot off of this to talk about mowing the lawn, but I do want to continue this because I didn't get to talk about this in the Sunday episode. So he solicited me for my lawn, right? I'm getting a lot of solicitors to the house because I'm a new homeowner. So
It never ends. I just had 3 today.
I had a woman from a security company solicit me.
Mhm.
And man, she gaslit the shit out of me. She knocks on my door and I open up. She goes, "Hi, did you I'm from, such and such security company. Did you get an advertisement from us?" I said, "Yeah, I got something in the mail." I threw it right in the trash. I said, "Yeah, I got a little pamphlet in the mail." She goes, "Oh, are you interested in our system?" She said, "Do you have any security system right now?" I said, "Yeah, I have I have the Ring and I have Blink cameras set up around the house and stuff like that." She goes, "Why? Can I ask you why?" I was like, because that's what I'm familiar with. I guess it's just, that's what I'm familiar with. So she goes, "Oh, okay." She goes, "Someone can come with a Wi-Fi jammer and jam your Wi-Fi and rob you. And the home invasion just starts just like that. Your cameras
Chris
are totally
immediately
out."
got crippling anxiety.
And I was like,
thinking about it.
and I'm thinking to myself, like, no, I pay for the cell service plan, but I'm not going to explain that to you, bitch. And I was like, "Oh wow, that's pretty, that's pretty eye opening." And she goes, "Did you find your house on Zillow?" Oh no, I'm sorry. She goes, I see you just got the house. Congratulations." I said, "Oh, thank you so much." And she goes, new homeowners are the top target of home invasions. I was like, oh. It's like, wow, that's crazy. She goes, "Yeah." She goes, "Did you find your house on Zillow?" I said, "Yeah, actually we did. I found it on Zillow." And she cut me off. She goes, those photos are kept online for 7 years after you purchase the home. People who want to rob your house will know every inch of your house." I was like, oh. It's like, wow, that's pretty crazy. And she goes, "You know what's crazy? You know what a bump key is?" It's like cocaine. She's like, "No." So you get them for like $20 on Amazon. You go up to the door and you can go into any
Nick
house
says
you
a
want.
key to my heart.
She goes, "You go to any house you want, you can go inside. These home intruders will take pictures of all your financial documents, and then they'll go out, leave your house, and you'd never know they were there. Little does she know, I wish they'd steal my identity so they would inherit all my debt." So I was like, oh, I'll leave a bump key on my front step, actually, if that's the case. And then she goes, I couldn't help but notice I love your car. It's a really nice car. I was like, oh, thank you so much. I have the same car as Nick. And
From Sandpiper Vacations, do you know him?
Yeah. Just tell them No New Friends podcast sent you. And also, if you have hairy balls, visit manscaped.com.
Jeez.
True story, real quick. I will do a full commercial at work during, like, we do pre-shifts before the dinner starts, and we do these meetings and all that. And someone's like, oh, I'm going on vacation. And I'm like, oh, really? Did you use a travel agent? And they're like, no. And I'm like, why not? Like, they're free. That's like using the stairs in a building that has an elevator. Why would you ever do that? And then I'm like, just visit their website, sandpipervacations.com. Tell them that the No New Friends podcast sent you.
So I'm like,
True story.
I've done it before too.
Yeah.
after all this gas, I'm gosh.
Ever been to St. Augustine? Just check out the Night Watchman Go store.
I was like, I'm thinking to myself, after all this gaslighting, wow, like, thank you for complimenting my car. I was like, yeah, thank you so much. Like, and I never understood when people compliment your cars. Like, I fucking made it with my hands. Like, no, I just bought it. Like, I didn't. Like, I just.
You have good taste.
I guess so. So
that's like when people say you have a beautiful wife. Like, you didn't make her, but you have good taste and you have a beautiful wife. Well, thank you.
I guess. So anyway,
she's just trying to get your sale, and
so
your
spoiler
pants.
alert. She goes, someone seeing your house, nice car, nice house. You move right up the list for home invasion. I was like, come on.
She was the biggest Debbie Downer.
Like every comment she made, she's like, and you know what? One thing she didn't compliment me was on my lawn. She did not say I had a nice lawn.
I feel like a grown out messy lawn would like scare people away.
That's what I said. I said, she said, you have a nice car. You have a nice. I said, bitch, you see my lawn? Like this guy, like, this is $200 a month. I'm getting this. She's and then when she's walking away, she goes, "You have 1 week." I was like, "What the fuck?" Like, what the?
Is she casing the place?
She's gonna break in to your house through your Wi-Fi.
She actually lives here now. She squats in my basement. But anyway, so
is she the one that broke your leg?
You will buy my system. She goes, "Oh, you can't guard your home now, can you?" So all this stuff, is just adding more stress to me. Okay, got to buy way more cameras now because this bitch is gonna be casing my house. I have to mow the lawn because we've been here for a week. Grass is getting a little high. The grass, okay, in the portions that there are grass, is getting a little high on my lawn. So if you didn't listen to the Sunday episode, please listen to it. But if you didn't, I just tore my Achilles tendon, which means I can't walk. I'm going to be like this for a while. So I was going to be the one mowing the lawn. I was going to, and there's a lot of fixing up the house to do. Can't do any of that anymore. And, there's always this joke in this podcast. Oh, Chris doesn't work. Chris doesn't do that. Well, it's not a joke. I don't work. No, but there's always this joke that like I'm lazy and this and that, but I can't sit still. I'm always doing something, and it's very, very hard for me to just sit and do nothing.
It's actually my turn to talk. Move. I'm gay.
Nick's on the mic, so it's time to take notice. And if you don't like it, that's homophobic. Stay the hell out of his way. Move, I'm gay.
So, we decided to start a new segment on the show. Chris is not aware of this. He is speechless now. I just decided one night, sometimes Chris goes on a little rampant and starts just talking and doesn't allow me to talk. So he has had plenty of time to talk on the Sunday night episode. So that's my turn now. So I have stuff I want to say too, Chris.
Oh, without any further ado, Nick, please.
So
that was amazing.
So just
It's the best jingle.
that
It is
you?
the best jingle that we
Was
have.
that Sean that said
Yeah, it was totally Sean. We'll take credit for it once it goes viral. So there's been a lot of stuff on my mind. So I just want to talk about things that are going on in my life right now. We just went to the doctor, or Piper's pediatrician, last week, and she got diagnosed with ADHD. So for us,
what is that?
It's been like a journey, just because we knew that she was just extra bouncy all over the time, kind of lost focus, but she's very gifted in a lot of other things. So yeah, we got her diagnosed with that. So she's going on some medication soon, which the daddies also need some medication. If anybody out there has any Adderall right now, send it to the new friends.
We'll put your address in the show notes.
Perfect.
Yeah.
No. What else? Gay sports. So you guys are always talking about sports, but I don't think you guys know there's actually gay sports. There's gay sporting leagues.
Really?
Soccer. Soccer's a gay sport.
There's a gay soccer league. There's not one in Ohio.
It's just called soccer.
It's called soccer. Volleyball, tennis, bowling. There's a gay bowling.
Bowling is a gay sport?
They have a gay bowling league here. We have
Really?
kickball and dodgeball now, which I actually played 6 years ago.
Can allies do this?
Yeah.
Or no?
Yeah. So when I was thinking about this too,
Yeah, it's called sports.
so the funny thing is, the gay softball league is very, very competitive. They rate people, and
They what people?
they do different ratings based.
Rating.
Rate.
Oh my
Easy,
God.
Cosby.
Holy shit.
They don't rate.
Oh my gosh.
They ask politely if they want to have sex, and then they play softball. But they are rated, so each team is only allowed to have 2 heterosexuals on their team. Fun
I
fact.
like that rule. I would watch shit like that. That's fun.
Now, Nick, is there a gay handball league?
We can start one. We'll start it here.
He says that's just a Tuesday night at my house.
We got Sean in chat saying gay guys love sticking fingers in holes.
Yeah.
And they love balls, so bowling was the natural choice.
There's a gay rugby league I got some friends in, so just had a thought in my mind. Just wanted to put it out there and let you guys know what is happening in the gay world right now.
Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Please, I don't think I have to give you permission, but interrupt me whenever.
I plan to. That was the whole point of that's why I have a jingle now.
That was amazing. So
Nick, that was amazing.
So we're gonna
get
gay updates.
Yeah. Gay updates, just random life updates, shit that's happened in my life, because you guys have the chance and you talk about it on the Sunday episode, and I know this one we've kind of steered away from more current event type stuff, and we've kind of gone back and forth on just other things that have happened, but decided to throw in a little bit of me.
That was incredible.
Yeah.
Nick's on the mic, so it's time to take notice. And if you don't like it, that's homophobic. Stay the hell out of his way. Move, I'm gay.
If you don't like it, that's homophobic. Is the greatest line
I know.
potentially in any song ever written.
I got really, really high a couple weeks ago, and it's like 3 a.m. I'm like, I have so many great ideas for the podcast, so I'm taking notes down, putting it in my notes. I'm emailing myself, and I'm like, I had a note in there, call Scott first thing in the morning. I have an idea, and we need to surprise
I had
Chris.
to step out of work and call him. He's like, I need to talk to you right now before the edible wears off.
That was. I don't even know how we come back from this.
Yeah.
I feel like we have to end the podcast now because that was. Where do we go? How do we go up from here? Oh man,
Nick will take off his shirt. You'll be able to get up.
that would be even more distracting. So, oh wow! Before that amazing,
we can go back to homeowner issues if you'd like.
Well, yeah, your Achilles and not being able to do. I tuned you out because I knew that was coming up. Nick
That
texted me,
was-
should I do it now?
I started
Dynamite.
like, he was like talking, and I'm like, I'm kind of
it was good
tuning
to know
out.
no
so.
one was paying attention. Yeah, it was good to know that. I wasn't even. To be honest with you, I wasn't even paying attention to what I was saying.
Perfect.
A couple glasses of wine. This is No New Friends After Dark. I am intoxicated. Next week I'll be on narcotics, so you're gonna want to tune in.
Oh
to
my
that one.
gosh.
Yeah. So
I know. Listen, real quick, real talk. You said you may not be able to do it next week because you're going to be on narcotics. No, you have to do
So
it next week.
the-
You might have
because
to
you're
sign
gonna
a
be on
waiver
narcotics.
before, but
So the reason why I'm afraid to do it is because I might be in pain and I might be distracted. If I'm not in pain, I will be on. If I'm on narcotics, I will be on. If I'm not
well,
sleeping,
I'll just
I will be
play.
on.
I'll play the jingle, and we'll just we'll cut you off. The whole
You
show.
might have to cut me off 17 times.
I mean, I can have Ryan come on the Sunday show and do Cliff Notes. That way, you don't have to worry about Cliff Notes.
I will not
And
be
you
able to
can
do
just-
Cliff Notes. I would just be there. to
Yeah,
comment.
so I'll have Game Master Ryan on next week, so he can do the Cliff Notes, and it's fine. Everything's gonna be fine.
So-
Ryan, you're on next week, by the way. Bring in the righty.
So, okay, so I need to mow my own lawn now, which I do with the Lawnmower 4.0 from
4.0.
manscaped.com. Rain or shine.
Do you like to?
It's waterproof.
So around, do you have a? I'm assuming you have a deck at your house. Do you keep the bushes trimmed around your deck?
Wow, this analogy is throwing me. For a loop. I like to shape them. We don't go too low. We don't go too high. We don't. It's not overgrown. There was years of neglect.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, if the bushes
Uh,
are too big, it just makes the deck look small. So
exactly. That's what I'm
Wanna
thinking.
make sure that
And
you
it's
have
an-
a nice
it's
big
it's
deck.
it's a nice deck. And I think people should see it and admire it. Honestly. So yeah, we keep them trimmed. And
Is it a big deck? Is it girthy? Girthy deck?
it's a I'll tell you what. For the price we got this house for, it's very impressive. I was shocked
Oh.
the amount of real estate this deck is. I've been told it's the biggest deck. People have been saying that it's
It's
the
huge.
biggest deck they've ever seen. Yeah, it's huge.
huge.
So speaking about trimming and mowing, I haven't mowed in years because my mom, when I lived at home, I used to mow the lawn at the house, and my mom likes things done her way, right? So 2 times, and she's like, "No, I'm taking the mowing privileges back." I'm like, "Okay, I mean, it's fine with me. Like, it's totally fine with me." I did, and the worst part, I didn't do a bad job on purpose. I just naturally bad at mowing lawns. So, yeah, you don't go over the line. I don't know. I don't know. So, and I'm also very allergic to grass and pollen and stuff. So it's like
Jesus
You were-
Christ.
it sucks. It sucks. I have to look like I'm at a Joe Biden rally when I'm mowing the lawn outside. I got to put an N95 mask on and mow the lawn. And by the time, and without all that oxygen going to my brain, I'm stuttering. I sound like Joe Biden after I'm done mowing the lawn.
You know what's really funny about that, Chris? Occasionally I sweep our back patio, especially when like people are coming over because
Sweep
I'll
my
get-
back patio. That's the extent of my house. My house where I got fucking sweep.
yeah. My wife makes me do that.
It's
like
not
I have
hard.
to do
Someone's
that.
got to do it. I mean, it's
Someone's
got
gotta
to
do it.
Someone,
But and you've seen my back patio. It's pretty
long.
lengthy.
It's
Yeah, it's
lengthy.
long.
Yeah.
And the dogs come out there, so there's a lot of like cigarette ashes
From the
if I miss
dogs?
the ashtray, and then dog hair, and then dog
Bud
hair.
Light
But I have to
cans.
wear a mask and Bud Light cans, and the little metal foil thing from the
you
cigarette
have to wear a
pack.
mask. You willingly suck in nicotine and tobacco and everything. But then when it comes to dog hair, God forbid.
Oh, the dust! I'm done. It'll go in my nose and my throat. I'll have a sore throat. I won't be able to podcast. It's awful. Like I cannot. I've got to wear a mask. But yeah, Rachel makes fun of me, and I said I'm just getting ready for a Biden rally.
So, long story long. If you didn't listen to the Sunday episode, I tore the fuck out of my Achilles tendon. Total rupture. Doing something that a 28-year-old should be able to do, but I can't because I'm not a normal 28-year-old. I don't move. So,
Step on a scale.
I can only. It's dangerous for me to step on a scale now. Not only for my mental health, because I can only step on it with one
With one foot.
leg now. Yeah. So now I have to teach Emily how to mow a lawn because she's never mowed a lawn before, right? And so I got a hand-me-down lawnmower, right? It is self-propelled, so all she has to do is hold in the thing, and it'll propel her forward. Hopefully not too fast. I'm worried that she might tear something when it propels forward. Luckily, our front lawn is patchy. Like it looks like a 13-year-old's beard. Like it's like somewhat there, but very embarrassing to look at. And so like that we can get away with it growing a little longer, just because it's like when you're looking at a lawn, people are gonna just like feel bad that we don't have that much grass. So like the grass that is overgrown is gonna be like that, they're compensating for the dirt patches. So it won't be horrible for her to do. But
it's like when I was starting to bald, I grew the sides out like Hulk.
Right. That our lawn is you before you shaved your head.
Exactly.
It's like you just look at it, you feel too bad to even be upset about it. So like our neighbors see it's overgrown. It's like I'm not even gonna say anything. They don't have much else going for them. Am I upset that I can't mow my own lawn? Like, am I upset that I can't do lawn work? Absolutely fucking not. Like
I don't blame you.
that is probably the only thing that was beneficial about me tearing my Achilles is not
because you don't have to do anything
for months. No, like listen, I hate not being independent. Like I can't drive, Scott. It's my right leg. Like I can't drive legally.
Well, your car drives itself, so
legally. Well, that's the thing. I didn't talk about this on the podcast, but I had to miss not one bachelor party, but two bachelor parties for two of my closest friends. One of my childhood friends this weekend, and then my best friend who was the best man at my wedding next weekend. So I had to miss two bachelor parties. I thought I was gonna have to miss this Alaskan vacation. It sucks. And I miss the toilet every time I go to the bathroom because I can't balance.
Who doesn't?
I can't balance. Which again, I can't bend down and clean it up. So who doesn't?
Isn't everybody supposed to miss it?
So I was gonna go on and ask you guys about your house problems, but I feel like we've gone down a pretty deep path already. Should we cut to break, Scott, and then yeah, I want to go to break, and then I want to hear your adventures in homing. I guess we'll call it that's a new word, homing or homeowning. Homeowning. Well, Scott don't really own the home, so can't really say homeowning, so let's just say homing. This is the New Friends Podcast After Dark. We'll be right back after these messages from probably just mostly Scott.
Nick's on the mic, so it's time to take notice. And if you don't like it, that's homophobic. Stay the hell out of his way. Move, I'm gay.
There are three things that I hate in life: taxes, nausea, and booking vacations. The first two I'm stuck with, but for the third, I use Sandpiper Vacations. Sandpiper Vacations is a small business that is LGBTQ+ owned and operated with travel advisors all over the country. Whether it's a cruise, a trip to a theme park, or an all-inclusive resort, Sandpiper has you covered. Oh, and I forgot to mention, it's free. Why book a vacation when you can have someone else do it for you? That's like choosing to take the stairs in a building that has an elevator. Leave the headaches of booking a vacation to someone else. Get your quote today at www.sandpipervacations.com and tell them that the No New Friends podcast sent you.
Hey everybody, it's Scott from the No New Friends podcast. If you'd like to hear all of our episodes, all of our past episodes, just visit our website, nonewfriendspodcast.com. All of our links to all of our old episodes are there. If you didn't understand an inside joke or just wanted to re-listen to something, just check it out. It's nonewfriendspodcast.com, or you can check us out on all streaming platforms.
Psst. Hey, you want to join a cult? Well, this might be your lucky day. For just $2 a month and a simple blood oath, you can join our clubhouse and become a friend with benefits. In addition to the amazing feeling of donating to the poor, you will have access to Patreon-exclusive content, live shows, and maybe even a behind-the-scenes look at my secret stash. To get started, head on over to nonewfriendspodcast.com and hit join our clubhouse. Can't wait to see you at the initiation ceremony. Oh, and in the chat during our live shows, of course.
We are back with No New Friends After Dark. I hope you really enjoyed those ads. If you didn't, then honestly, go fuck yourself, because that's what keeps the podcast going. and that's deeply offensive if you press that 15-second skip button. If you
And it was the Sandpiper commercial.
Yeah.
So if you skipped it, you're homophobic.
Do me a favor, rewind, listen to it, and then start. Well, I'll give you 5 seconds.
But you don't have to stop. You don't have to pause.
No, I was giving.
Because
Listen, I'm
it'll
giving
come
the benefit of the doubt, Scott. I'm giving the benefit because listen, there's half the people that listen to the ads, there's half the people that didn't. I'm giving the benefit of the doubt. Let me do my thing. So that's 5 seconds. All right, you're now listening to No New Friends After Dark. I hope you like those ads that you skipped first, but now you listen to. This segment, we are going to dive into what I call homing. For those of us who own homes, like Nick and I, it's adventures in owning homes.
Okay. I live in an owned home.
Yeah.
Does that count? My wife owns the home.
Yeah. So, and then for those who own a home by association, like Scott, that's and you know what? It's going to be totally different because I
would say I own the home by insertion, but
but then again, that would be like
you missed a few
you own
minutes.
the home for like a day. Yeah, you're like a tax payment. Like it's not very. So, do either one of you have any horror stories or maybe even feel-good stories about when you first purchased your home? Were there any traumatic experiences like my realization in the first 48 hours that I had to spend $10,000 on a new sewer line?
Yeah, right after we bought this house, the upstairs AC went out.
Oh, the horror! I'm sorry.
I live in Florida.
I know, but
And a
it's just so
downstairs.
funny that you have like an upstairs and a downstairs AC.
Not the
It's like the
upstairs.
upstairs AC went out. we had to live on the bottom floor in the 3 bedrooms that are downstairs with the full bathroom and
we did. It was terrible. There's only one bedroom
I couldn't
downstairs.
access the pool table on the second floor without sweating.
That is true. That is true.
No, but that is that. Okay, so you just purchased the home, and wait, but actually, I just learned this.
within
You have
a month
AC
or two.
You have 2 AC units.
Yes.
What?
Yeah, we have a 3.5 ton and a 4 ton.
Don't
yeah.
don't even try. I have no idea what you just said. Yeah,
Neither do I. I
cut
just
that.
repeated what my wife says.
I thought you were telling me how much I weighed. I have no idea what you were saying.
Chris, but that's the thing. So we had the AC go out, and then we had another AC go out. But for a while I wasn't working, so all the vendors were coming when I was home. Chris, I knew nothing about anything. Like they're like, oh, the Canuter valve, has gone bad, so we're going to replace all that. And so I would literally have to get my wife on the phone and either FaceTime her or put her on a speakerphone to talk to the guy because, my wife speaks that language. She speaks vendor. It's nice having a man around the house when she's here. But she knows all the stuff with the AC, and she's like, okay, well, we're going to need to replace it because the condenser. And I'm like, what the fuck is a condenser? Like, what? I wish Chris would just condense his speeches on this podcast, but I don't know what an AC condenser is. And she's like, well, that wheezing noise that Chris makes? Yeah, the AC's not supposed to make that noise. So... it's very embarrassing.
Very
anytime
traumatic.
we have,
that your AC went bad. on the
anytime we have a
second floor.
vendor come over. Meanwhile, I get along with the dog groomer just great.
All the insides and outs with that.
I do.
sure.
I could start my own dog grooming, mobile dog grooming truck.
So, funny you say that, Scott. And before we get to Nick's story, I smelled gas in my kitchen. And I don't think did I talk about this story on the I forget when this happened. No, Emily was away. So it was Thursday. So Emily's gone, right? She's at her bachelorette party, and she cooked eggs for me that morning. Thank goodness, 'cause I don't know how to cook eggs. And she uses the stovetop for the first time. We have a gas stovetop. Never had a gas stovetop before. Always had electric, right? And then I smelled gas when I was changing the thermostat, which is outside of the kitchen. And I'm like, oh, this is probably not good. So I called my dad up. I was like, so I went up under the stove and I thought I turned off the gas main, and I lifted up the thing and the burners are still on. It's like, okay, that's probably didn't turn anything off then if the fire is still lit. So I called my dad. I went in the basement. There's like 6 different like switches And I'm pretty sure if I turn one of the valves, it'll turn off the hot water. I need my hot showers. Like I don't give a shit if I die of carbon monoxide poisoning, whatever. As long as I get a hot shower, I'm fine. So I'm not gonna do that. So you just call up your gas company. So I call up I had the gas company come out. I said, I smell gas. And they were like, well, protocol, you need to evacuate your home, evacuate the premises, go to a safe place. It's like, shit, this is so embarrassing. So I got in my car, parked across the street, and Emily was like, hey, because we got a fan installed that morning in our bedroom. So can you send me a picture of the fan? I said, I can't because I have to evacuate the premises.
I've evacuated the house.
She's like, is everything okay? She started freaking out. She's like, are you okay? And I was like, yeah, I called up the gas company. I said I smelled gas in the kitchen because I don't know how to shut this thing off. So I'm sitting across the street with my dog, and the guy pulls up, and he's like, what's the issue? I was like, and I explained what was going on. He goes inside, and he sticks out his probe because he couldn't even smell anything. So he stick out his probe. He's like, yeah, I see a little bit of gas. I think it's like, is that dangerous? He goes, no, man, you could light a flame over this and everything will be fine. And it's funny because when I called the gas company and they told me to evacuate the premises, the first thing I did was get up and I blew out my candle. So like I knew like I wasn't in like dire. I was so embarrassed because like I don't want these people coming in and seeing lit candles after I called about a gas leak. So I blew out the candle I had, and so I'm outside, and then he lifts up my stovetop and he screws these things and turns off the gas that's going to. I was like, I'm sorry. I was like, I don't know if it's normal to smell gas on the gas stove. I don't know if it's not normal. I said, please just turn it off. I said, it just gives me another reason to order Uber Eats tonight.
Nick, now in this story, Chris said screw and probe. Are you okay?
I can't stand up right now.
Then he was like, the funny thing he said was, because I'm following the rules. They said, get out of the house. And I didn't want to get anyone in trouble, so I get out of the house. And I was like, yeah, I'm sitting across, because I want to explain myself why I'm with my dog parked across the street. I was like, I left Emily's car in the drive, but I don't want my car getting damaged.
And hers is the one with gas in it that would explode.
So I go to the other. So he was like, "Yeah, man. The funny thing is, he goes, the people like you who don't are not in like a dire situation are always the ones that evacuate. It's the ones whose house are about to blow are the ones that I have to go and be like, you guys have to get out." Like, so spoiler alert, guys. I did not die. I did wake up. I am safe. If you are reading this and read something in the news, probably contact a lawyer. Maybe Scott, you can get some money for this podcast. But Nick, do you have any horror stories moving into your house when you got it, or any house or apartment or anything?
Our first house we bought was a foreclosure house, which
well, that's interesting.
Usually are just really cheap, very run down because the people just trashed the house before they left. We found this house in
on Craigslist.
Probably on Craigslist. Misconnections.
That's gonna be that. Okay, first of all, I'm glad you said that because I forgot all about misconnections on Craigslist. That's gonna be a whole other. We have to do another topic. That will be a whole topic.
I miss misconnections. It was like the best thing ever. I got stories for days with that. So, I don't know where I was. Oh, so we found this house in foreclosure. We bought it for dirt ass cheap. A really big house, 2,600 square foot.
Wow.
The only issues when we bought it was there was a window missing in the back, which was they had it boarded up.
That's how the guy got in and out of his house that he didn't own, right? The squatter.
And there was a toilet missing.
Oh.
Yeah.
We're
like,
so
why? Yeah.
That's two very interesting missing parts
our
of the
realtor
house.
He's very surprised. He's like, there's no leaks in the basement. He's like, usually in foreclosures, people like flood their houses. They're just like, fuck it, screw this, like screw the bank.
Right.
We had a toilet missing. So.
Well, is the copper piping that's worth a lot of money missing? No, that's all intact.
Yeah, everything was still there. The toilet.
I see some
Sean
redneck.
said, yeah,
I'm taking
the
my
toilet and
shitter.
the vanity. So they took both of them.
Oh, and the vanity too. God forbid.
It was a matching set, apparently.
They probably did you a favor. Now, did you reinstall a
We
toilet,
actually
or did you have
did.
someone do it
So
for
we
you?
found this really nice
Really?
black. We're in this like weird phase in our lives of modern design. So we had this like black vanity with like a glass bowl sink. So it was a clear glass.
Oh, wow.
Clear
Fancy.
glass bowl. So we did a black toilet in there too.
That's like Playboy
Yeah.
Mansion shit. Like you were like, this was
Our gay
before
decoration was not
kids?
great. Yeah, this was 2011.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
before kids.
Yeah, so this is like total bachelor. Like this is why being gay is dangerous, because you have two dudes making decisions. So you're buying black toilets, you're buying black vanity. Because like guys would think it's cool as shit, and just making decisions like that. See, so I guess there is some cons to that, because like me, if I try to do that, Emily would probably divorce me, right? First of all, that's what I've also been able to deflect is since I got this house, Emily, maybe she knew what she was doing. Emily said you can have this office for your podcasting, right? So when she's trying to make creative decisions, like new furniture and vanities and such, and I just kind of given her leeway on that. Like, you gave me this office, you can pick the color of the walls in the bedroom. You could pick the vanity that we're getting in the bathroom. And actually, now I'm kind of pissed off because now I'm realizing what happened. She can lock this door when people come over, and no one would ever know it exists. But the rest
You're
of
locked in there forever now. And
I'm actually.
you can't walk out anyway. So.
I can't. Oh no!
Yeah. So
oh, did she do this to me?
in our house too? So we had a basement in our house, and then we had a crawl space in our basement. And there's always this
scary as shit. Crawl spaces are terrifying.
Sean's grandma was every single time she came over, always asked about the damn crawl space. She's like, why is there a crawl space there? And we're like, I don't know. It's just there. This is how houses are around here. I don't know if it's save money or what. So in the crawl space, like everything was cleared out, we thought, but there was like a clear plastic tarp, and we could see there was like rocks under the tarp. And then we started finding it over the years, like random little things in there that they had left, like a kid's hair barrette. There was a picture of
the crawl space.
A picture of some random lady on a staircase somewhere. So we had a roommate at
Amityville Horror.
Yeah.
What are you trying to tell us?
We named her Teresa. We had a roommate Steph with us at the time, a girl, and we loved to just like torture her with this random picture. So I made multiple copies. I hid it. I hid it in the toilet. I hid it in the shower the one day. We were gonna make it into a pillowcase too, and we never did. But we actually still have that picture, and I use it from time to time on Grindr when people ask me for a dick pic, and I'm like, not today. Here's Teresa.
Here's Teresa. That's so funny. That's also equally as funny as that is terrifying because Scott, I don't know if you know what a crawl space is. Do you know what a crawl space is?
No,
you guys don't
I mean, I'm assuming it's like a space that you can crawl in.
Because you guys don't have basements.
That's all you could do.
Because
no basements. We have attics ish.
So like a crawl space is like the space between like the floor of like say your kitchen and the ground, and you could crawl under there to access maybe pipes or something, right? But nothing else.
Mm-hmm.
Like so, the fact that there's like a child's barrette in there,
and there is a freaking not a machete, but like a big kitchen
like outside,
knife.
right?
No, it's inside under the house. So we have.
Under your floor.
So our house had a basement,
right?
But there was part of the house that extended, but the basement didn't cover that full portion. So they just put up a half wall instead, and that's a crawl space.
Yeah, like you don't hang out in a crawl space. Like you don't do anything unless you're doing work to a house. Like there's no reason why there should be a child.
Yeah, like I see them in the movies. Like there's like typically like a siding, and they take the siding out to get the raccoon from in the crawl space,
Essentially,
right?
but there's access from the inside in some of these houses, like
Oh,
from a basement.
okay.
Yeah.
So is there like at the bottom of the floor space? Is it like
It's
outside
below
ground, or is it like
it's below ground?
floor?
Ours was gravel,
Oh.
basically that they built it.
Like it's not floored. Like no one go like it's dirt underneath that gravel. Like no one goes and like floors a crawl space. Like it's like literally just the ground unless you put something on top of it. So there's no reason why there should be
like our house
kids
here
should be
is a
playing in
full
there.
basement, so our basement matches our entire floor plan. That one had
Right.
full basement except for part of the house where they're like, oh, we're just gonna put a half wall up, fill it with some sand, and call it crawl space, which is annoying. But
Now in our chat, interestingly enough, we have someone first time chatter literally come to my house and punch me in the face if I pronounce your name wrong. Sherl NJ. Which, first of all, are you from New Jersey?
Maybe.
That's vital information. They
Maybe
write
it's Shirley.
could be
NJ.
Shirley NJ. The crawl space of my grandma's basement was my favorite place to be. Super
Yeah.
interesting.
Yeah.
Did you leave a barrette in your grandma's?
Sean's
crawl
grandma's
space?
basement. It was her house was built like over 100 years ago, and the ceilings are like 5'5" high, so a little bit taller than you, Chris. But it felt like a crawl space, but it was literally like every corner you go around, there's something new that you'd find in there.
Yeah, I would. Oh man, yeah. You know what? I gotta look at my parents' crawl space. Maybe I'll find some pictures of old women on staircases as well.
So yeah, were crawl spaces like are they? It's an adventure,
Okay, yep.
or not much going on down
It's
there?
supposed to be just, we used it for storage, but apparently there is a picture of Teresa and like a kitchen knife in there.
Yeah, I'm scared. So we have an attic in our house, and there's stuff that was left behind. I am a little scared to look through that stuff. Also scared to.
You
climb
may
the
find a
stairs.
treasure map. You may find a treasure map to One-Eyed Willie's treasure. I
Don't
would
know what
look in that
means, I'm
attic
sorry.
immediately.
Is that from Goonies?
Goonie. Yes.
Oh, I watched a documentary on that one time.
Watch the actual movie. It's a great movie.
I'm gonna have a little bit of downtime the next couple weeks, so maybe I will put, I will put Goonies on the list. Maybe all the movies that you made fun of me for not watching, I will watch in the next couple of
There was
weeks.
another one that we just talked about, but I don't remember what it was.
I don't know, Pulp Fiction, maybe? I don't know. Any gay movies I should watch, Nick?
All of them.
No, like what gay?
Sean
like,
will start listing some,
no.
but
The only one I can think of is Milk.
no, you need like, there's a new
Well,
one
what's
that
the
just came out,
date
Bros.
There's
Oh,
Bros, yeah.
I've been actually
It's-
wanting to
it's
see
a really
that with, Pumbaa.
Yeah.
No, Timon.
Yes.
Billy on the Street.
What?
Eichner.
Billy
yes,
Eichner.
Yes.
Billy Eichner.
I knew
Named
where
his
I
role.
knew where you're going.
He was
I knew where you're
actor.
going with that. Yeah, that one's it's a
Yeah,
really
like gay
good
icon movies, Sean.
That one's a really good love story, and it's a good current day one. I felt. But
looks
as far as
great.
gay movies, Sean's gonna list them, and I'll help out too.
Is Brokeback Mountain any good? Should I sit that one out?
I mean, it's not to me a classic one that I'd watch all the time, just because it's sad. Like I want like a good. We need good uplifting gay stories. Or was Latter Day
Right.
Saint? Was it Latter Days? Another gay movie came out, and that was kind of like a spin off of all those teen 90s movies of American Pie and all those like stupid.
Yeah.
Not another teen
So
movie.
there was like a gay version of that we had too.
Oh, that's
that was
really?
another gay movie.
With not another teen movie. That was Chris Evans.
Yeah.
Really? I
was
didn't
in
know that.
movie. Yeah, yeah, he was the main character.
Tu Wong Fu, Thanks for Everything, Julie Newmar. A really good one. It's got Patrick Swayze in it. And some other
Wesley Snipes. It's Patrick Swayze, Wesley Snipes,
play
and is it Jonathan Leguizamo?
and they play drag queens.
Yeah.
Trick was a good one.
You're gonna have to send me a
Oh,
list
yeah.
because so over the next couple weeks I will have some downtime Want to be more cultured because like I said, I'm culturally gay. I want to be up to date on my not up to date. I'm up to
a
date
lot
on
of
my
the
gay
gay
culture. I
movies
think
were
I
like just
need to know that
they were just
later
horrible
earlier ones.
back in the 90s and early 2000s. Like they were just horrible because we didn't have big filmmakers wanting to make those movies.
Right.
Another one that's we talked about when we had on Scott from Left of Straits is with Leslie Jordan in it, the movie. I can't think of names tonight.
Oh, I'm taking notes. Not really.
We'll
But
send it to you.
I'll Google it.
Sean
when I
will send it to you.
re-listen
Sorted Lives. Yes.
Sorted
Words are hard
Lives.
tonight.
I've seen the SpongeBob SquarePants movie.
We don't consider that gay, but
I think SpongeBob's gay.
probably
I think he's
Patrick.
gay. Yeah, I think they're gay.
It's like Bert and Ernie.
They are gay. Happy birthday, Bert. Today's Bert's birthday, by the
Aw.
way. So another gay icon. So shout out to you, Bert. This is July 26th. So we are not, this is not, we're not late. We're recording today. Happy birthday to you, Bert. I will be more, I do want to get more cultured in my, my gay pop culture. So I will be, because listen, the current gay pop culture, I feel like I'm up to date.
Yeah,
But
I mean, there was a really big TV show when probably early 2000s called Queer as Folk. And it was a series, I think probably 7 seasons long. It was really amazing, but it depicted the gay culture as very druggy, which it was at the time, and party scene. So that didn't show all the sides of it out there. It was just everybody was having sex with each other.
It sounds horrible. What's that called again?
Queer as Folk. There's a lot of butt in it.
Oh man!
And
wow.
what time period was that?
They were all of age.
Have you seen?
No, what time period? Not how old were they? You said it was the 90s?
Queer as Folk was probably early 2000s.
Okay.
Before we move on to our last and final, listen, I know we have a lot of Scott summaries tonight because I've been hearing nothing but
Quite a
typing.
few.
But Nick, have you seen Tick Tick Boom?
Yes, I loved it.
Phenomenal
Yeah, 'cause-
movie. One of my favorite movies of the year.
Because that whole backstory about how Rent became and everything was like one of my favorite parts of what made Rent. And
Super fascinating. I'm glad they shed light on him too, because like someone like me I have no idea who he was or who his backstory was. Awesome movie. Recommend that. And I never really I never started liking musicals, I think, until very, very recent. It was after La La Land, 'cause I didn't see La La Land in theaters. Maybe Greatest Showman might have been the first
Greatest
musical that I
Showman has
actually fell in love
become
with.
like the gay icon. Like
Oh,
it's the
it's-
coming out song for everybody too.
This Is Me. It's amazing. With that being said, Scott, I'm sure you have very homophobic things to say in your segment. Scott, you have any summaries for us?
I do. Are we going to do that in segment 3 or are we just doing 2 segments tonight?
We'll be right back with no. Because they were kind of. I think they were 2 kind of long segments. So what do you want to do? You're the editor.
Yeah,
so.
we could just do two segments. That's fine.
Okay,
Doesn't matter.
then
We don't have to.
You can just start rattling them off and just cut all this
Let's-
out.
Yeah, let's do it.
Sounds
Okay. I do have quite a few tonight. Here we go.
God.
Very excited.
Buckle in.
Strap on. Wait.
Strap one on. All right, Chris has to elevate his leg above his heart. This is to prevent swelling and all that. It's a good thing that he only has to lift it a few inches off the ground to get it above his heart. It's a little short. Chris said he has a whole collection of the mini dripping with excitement ears. I also have quite a few of those. I just wanted something in my house to be dripping with excitement. Chris was solicited by a New Jersey security company. Let's think about that for a moment. New Jersey security company. Anyway. shouldn't every Jersey home just come with a security company? That's how bad things are over there.
The purge up here. You're right.
A lot of what we say on this show is exaggerated. We exaggerate things a lot. Chris really didn't tell the real reason why he didn't get the security company. The thing is he wanted the security company, but Chris's wife actually canceled the plan. Just a creative way to get rid of all of Chris's collectibles and Pokemon cards.
See, they are valuable. Thank you. That was actually just helped my case.
Yep. Chris reminded us that he tore his Achilles. Chris, how could we forget that you tore your Achilles? You've gone on and on and on and on all fucking week. Chris, we get it. There's no reason to repeat the same goddamn thing over and over again, for fuck's sake. On that note, please don't forget to vote for us. OrlandoWeekly.com. Best of Orlando. Now, I did make a mistake on this show earlier. When Chris was like, when you say a nice car and you say thank you, like I didn't make the car. And then I said, well, when I say you've got a beautiful wife and, you didn't make your wife. And that is true. But before he met his wife, he was blowing up his girlfriend. Blow up girl. Blow up doll.
Thank you. I thank you for explaining that one, actually. Yeah.
No problem. Most of mine take a minute.
That's it, though. No longer.
Yeah. Nick doesn't mow his grass. He bakes his grass in brownies. Every time Chris's wife leaves town. In fact, you know what? Let's check the score. When Emily leaves town, Chris has eaten one dog, ruptured his Achilles, and almost blown up the house. Emily, I'm sorry. No more leaving town. Clearly, Chris is an incapable human being.
Better have some good.
Okay, the people the people on my 700-pound life are more self-sufficient than Chris. Speaking of my 700-pound life, Chris tried to get on that show. They took one look at him and said, "Sorry, we do not support childhood obesity."
Ryan had no comment with that one. Did Ryan go with that one?
No.
Really? That was really good. That just sounds like such a Ryan joke. When they hurt really bad, it's usually
most of these are mine tonight. Chris did Ryan was the elevating of the heart, the blow up doll.
The very hurtful ones are usually Ryan.
Yeah, this is a Ryan one. Nick put a black toilet in his house. I tried to put a black toilet in my house, but the HOA would not allow it.
That was a Ryan joke. Yep.
That was a Ryan joke. Yep.
Oh my God. That's a really good one.
Chris said because of his injury, he's going to have a lot of time on his hands. Chris, you always have a lot of time on your hands.
It's just another excuse.
It makes it sound a little better.
Yeah, all Eric's excuses.
And finally, Nick said in the early 2000s, the gay community was depicted as drug users having a lot of sex. Now, what's interesting is Nick said this as he hit his weed pen while his husband sat on his face. So I don't know. Those are my summaries.
Thank you, Scott. Oh my gosh, what do you have going on Disney this week? Wait a second.
No, what's really funny is Nick was talking about, that they depicted, and I see him hit the pen like right at the same time, and I was like, oh, that was perfect timing.
Oh man.
Drugs are amazing, kids. But they're legal. I got a card.
Should we have a shirt that says "Dare to do drugs"?
Dare me, I'll try it.
Oh, sorry, Nancy Reagan. Rest in peace. So, there's no better way to end this episode than laughing to that. If you guys are interested in laughing, definitely tune in next week when I will be even higher than probably Sarah and Nick combined. On legal narcotics. I am going to try my damnest to be able to come here. Maybe I'll take double the dose.
Well,
I don't know.
And Nick
That's
is
not
going to
happening.
try his damnedest to get you to come here.
Not here.
Speaking of coming here, I will be coming to Orlando in September and meeting up with Scott. So we're
Yes.
having a meet up. If anybody wants to meet up and join us as well too, we're doing Halloween Horror Nights September 14th and Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween Party on September 15th.
That's so exciting. I'm very happy for you and your disposable income.
I don't have any. Sean does all the work.
It's a work trip.
Yeah.
It's a work trip.
Yeah, it's a tax write-off. It's a work trip. And if you want to book a trip, speaking of, contact me, Nick, at sandpapervacations.com.
Tell them that Nick.
Just
sent
tell them
you.
the
yeah.
No New Friends podcast sent you.
But anyway, on behalf of the three of us, I will remind you who we are. I'm Chris. This is Scott from the No New Friends podcast, and our emotional sport gay Nick. I'm Chris again. Nah, this is a really bad outro. Actually, this is really bad.
All of them are.
Or any.
Yeah, but I feel like this was especially bad.
It wasn't as sentimental, but it was a sentimental
No.
episode.
It was not a sentimental episode. It's one that I'm preparing to.
You know what? Move on, gay. Just stop the episode.
That's it. I love that.
And that was the official ending. I love that. That was amazing.
That's why you're taking too long.
I feel like Nick's just gonna bail me out of so many horrible.
I know.
This is the greatest thing to ever happen to me. Let alone this podcast.
Like,
Amazing.
I have to show you.
Nick's-
I have to show you the list of notes I made when I was really stoned that night. Because I took a
Please.
20 milligram edible, and I usually tonight I did 10, and I usually do like 5. And I was laying in bed at 3 in the morning. I have a list of notes of just random shit that I thought for the podcast, and I'm like, I need to call Scott.
That's incredible.
No New Friends After Dark has been brought to you by Sandpiper Vacations. SandpiperVacations.com. Just check out our website, NoNewFriendsPodcast.com. Become a friend with benefits. Check out our sweet merch and so much more. This has been a No New Friends Entertainment LLC production.